What's up, everybody? How you doing? Mike has a Knapton twin. How many days he had it?
I picked it up, I think it was last Friday.
So, like 4 days?
Yeah,
now?
like 4 days.
So, 4 days, and he's getting used to it. I often cringe when people want a board anywhere nearly as wide as I get. Usually, I recommend around a 28 centimeter waist width, maybe up to 29 if you got bigger feet and are carving pretty good. Because, I mean, it's on the extreme end of the spectrum to go so wide that you have zero toe or heel overhang. So I kind of cringed at his specs because super wide isn't going to make you carve awesome. But if you are carving great, then it will allow for it. So yeah, he's actually riding it really good. So let's capture some turns. But speaking of the Knapton twin, one of the things we just talked about was so it has a longer running length than other comparable boards of its same length. So you've noticed that it rides a lot longer than your Jones board.
Yeah, I had a Jones carbon flagship 162, and I got this in a 162, and this definitely rides like a bigger board.
So yeah, he could have probably scaled down to like a 158, 159, maybe 160, I don't know. But compare the running length for sure if you're ever thinking about getting a Donek Knapton twin. But it's a beast mode board, so
yeah.
but yeah, if you're ripping hard charging carbon, maybe you can go crazy wide, but unless you're really cranking those turns out, then I don't suggest going. He went 31.9 centimeters waist width, which is insane. Now, obviously, you know, it's also going to be the heaviest board you've probably ever ridden, right?
Yep.
There's just more material when you go super wide like this. But if you don't want to be dragging your toes or heels when really laying the board over, tilting it on edge, then that's the way to achieve it. Also, I'll say, so he's on now bindings. He didn't do any offset of the inserts. And now bindings seem to line up perfectly. Burton bindings, I feel like they shifted towards the heel side super hard with that hoop. So I offset, I think it's 1.7 or 2.2 centimeters towards the toe side, and that's with 8.5 boots. If I had larger boots, I would not need it ass towards the toe side. But so if I'm on a 31 centimeter waist board with on Burton medium bindings with 8.5 boots, I'll have extra clearance on the toe side, but could still hit the heel cups on the heel side. But then when other people have tried my board with like ride bindings and flows, it just doesn't work right because it's not lined up good. So it's all, if you have Burton bindings, you might want to consider that if you go with crazy wide. But let's make some turns. Mike actually sent me an email the day that he got it. He took it to Keystone, said, amazing, corners on rails, no boot outs, and the ride quality super smooth. And so some adjusting to it, but yeah, do you recommend the Knapton twin for hard charging carbon?
If you just want a hard charge, rip carves, it's the perfect board.
Yeah. If you're considering getting a Knapton twin, you can email me at cofoozer.com@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description, and I can help you with specs. I helped him with specs a bit. He went with a pretty big radius. He actually does kite snowboarding too.
Kiting.
Yeah, so for that they want a larger radius. Normally I don't recommend. Usually I recommend 8.7 meters, unless you know you're ripping super hard turns and want a bigger turn shape. But yeah, what'd you end up going with?
12.
A 12-meter side cut. It takes a bit to get used to that.
Yeah.
But once you get good with using that, it can be a lot of fun.
Super fun.
So yeah, thanks for letting me tape you, and can't wait to tape you again once you keep on riding that for a bit and
like.
And do some extra buttering and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I will say that the buttering definitely takes longer to adjust to on a board this wide, because your edge, instead of being like right under your heel where you could just do stuff super easily, you have to throw your weight into it a lot more.
I could see that, and yeah, good comparison. Because I worked my way up in width, where he went, you know, massively wider all at once. But your other one was what, 28 centimeters, or how big was it?
I had a Jones carbon flagship that was like 26 point something.
Okay.
It was a daily driver, and
how would you so for people comparing that, like that 26.4 or whatever, you were having some boot out, right?
Oh, easily. I could easily boot it out toe side, heel side. You had to think about when you're riding not to lean it over past a certain point, because at that point it would just wash out completely. Versus this one, I remember like my first run at Keystone night riding, the heel side, it just dug in. It was just locked in. No worries about washing out.
Yeah. So yep, if you are constantly hitting your toes or heels because you're carving really good, or have just massive boot size, then extra wide Donek Knapton twin could be for you. So yeah, thank you for watching. Happy shredding, and Kepler!